Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin, this is Evolving Photons, and as I try not walk into a tree, this is Kingfishers Pt2. Part 2, that is, for those people who don't speak French like what I does. I'm back for another session of Kingfishers. This time, rather than an EM1X and EM1 Mark III, I've got an OM-1. So we'll be trying out what does 120 frames a second look like, and how well or badly can I get this wrong. We'll be doing all those things and having a load of fun with a very full, sorry, I've just got hit on by a tree. So we'll be having a look at how this goes. I've got some video from in the hide, and then I'll see how the 120 frames per second sequences go. But for the time being, come along. I probably won't record much in the hide because there's 3 other people, but it doesn't really matter, and we can see what we can do. Good, right. OM-1 performance. As you'd expect, given what's in that camera, it performs really well. It nailed, I suspect, almost all of the however many thousand shots I've got. As you'll have seen, I put some 120 frames a second sequences in, and they're impressive. I mean, the whole thing is impressive. So this is a few days after the Kingfishers. I just want to do a bit of an interlude because, having thought about it, there's one thing with the OM-1 that is a bit disappointing, and I suspect it will be fixed on the OM-1 Mark II, and that's the buffer size. I think normally the buffer size is 103 images, which means that it can only take about 0.885 of a second worth of images, 120 frames a second. If you contrast this to the EM1X, which was 50, 60 frames a second, and that could do basically an unlimited buffer. As long as you got enough space and a fast enough SD card, it was never an issue. And certainly I found that last year. Does the buffer size matter? If you're running at 120 frames a second, yes. And when I tried it, what that comes out at is you have a gap. You can see the buffer and it's running about 70 frames, which means you're dropping frames because it's not slowing as far as I can tell. It just puts a gap in, clears the buffer and continues. And that's a bit disappointing because you've got a fabulous high-powered camera that can't actually do its job. What would be really nice is if you could plug an external USB-C SSD in the side and write straight to that. How is that possible? I have not a clue. I mean, it can connect to a computer and be used and controlled from the computer. So I'm sure there's something there, but whether or not OMDS would do that, I couldn't say. And that was probably about the only thing that I kind of went, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Otherwise, as I said, it's a brilliant camera. It does exactly what you expect. The other thing you'll notice in this is that I have been using the new Lightroom denoise AI feature. And it's really good because I had some images at 12,800 ISO and it's cleaned them up beautifully. So that was a win because it kind of means you can go to you can lose another stop and you're still getting the action. That's it for this interlude. I shall return you to the field and thank you very much. Back to the field. Is it much better than the EM1X? If you don't want to spend £2 on that and you want a wildlife camera and you want to use the Olympus lenses, then absolutely, you can get them now used, £600. Absolute bargain for what they can do. Likewise, if you have the money and you want to use Panasonic or Olympus lenses to do the pro capture, then it's the only game in town. So yeah, I'm very happy with what I got out today. I think they did some nice shots, and I got some shots I didn't get last year. So yeah. So just finished at the hide, been in there for about 7 hours, had 51 visits, which again is, you know, really good set of visits. So I'll leave the vlog for today there. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch up on that one. I'll catch you up on the next one, whatever that may be. See, I can get my words out and I haven't even been drinking. So cheers for now.